Hey everybody, this is John Troutman for Cork.com. I'm sitting here with a guy who's worked a little bit in the wine industry. He's tried his hands at a lot of different things. I think a lot of you are going to find him really interesting. I'm really excited to introduce you to him. So without further ado, Andre, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Andre Mack, aka Mouton Noir.
Mouton Noir. All right. So I want to start with, how did you get involved with wine? You have a pretty interesting story. You don't have the typical roots of somebody who kind of introduced themselves to wine.
Yeah, I guess my wine experience kind of started in a roundabout way. I wanted to learn how to ride horses, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so I wanted to learn how to ride horses. I met a whole bunch of different people, guys, hung out, became a waiter at a restaurant, and really figured that if I wanted to make money, I needed to learn how to sell wine. And that was it. Caught the wine bug and drank a lot, never slept, and studied a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's in a roundabout way. That's a short story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not a waiter anymore. We can say that. So you went from a waiter, and then, where did you go from there? You kind of transitioned and really dove head deep into wine. Is that right?
Yeah. So was a waiter. Learned a lot about wine. Got my first wine gig, first sommelier job in Texas on a whim from an ex-waiter who became a general manager at a rival restaurant. Hired me, gave me my first wine program, and was really excited about it. I used to call the top restaurants, have all the top restaurants send me their wine list and kind of sift through their wine list. Was learning about wine that way, and then I did a couple of sommelier competitions, and hung out in Chicago for a minute, and then accepted a job at the French Laundry in California. And then after that, I decided they asked me if would I come to New York, and so here I am. I came to New York and ran per se wine department for 3 years.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Two of probably the most well-respected wine programs in the world, if not just the country alone.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your experience there. You're obviously a pretty chill guy. You're laid back. Talk about that a little bit.
It was pretty intense. I'll share one story with you, just the kind of the magnitude of what really kind of hit me, is that it was a young couple who came in for dinner, and I went over to get his wine order, and he was actually shaking. He was handing me back the wine list and asking me to choose the wines, and his hands were shaking, and I was like, wow, he's really nervous. I don't know if it's a date or because he waited 2 months to have dinner here. And it was just kind of a special place. You kind of really realize the impact that you had on guests and what it really meant to them. It was a memory that a lot of these people would cherish for the rest of their lives. And for me, it was just a day at work. But you kind of got used to that, and it was really great. I probably would never work at a place ever like that again. What else do I want to say about it?
So you've got a couple other projects going on in the wine world at this point. You're not just pulling corks, as they say.
No.
What else do you have going on at this point?
Yeah. So when I left per se, I decided to dove into making wine or trying to figure out how to do that and how that all works. And so we started off in 2006, which was my first vintage of Montgomery Place. We made about 378 cases, so that was my first foray into that, and now we're fast forward when we just released our 2008 vintage, and we're up to 2,500 cases. And then we're making some small lot Pinots from Oregon, from the Seven Springs Vineyard, and then we got some other various projects. And then also I started a negotiant business, and we were making stuff, just kind of cracking the code of value wine all over the world. So we have Torrontés from Argentina, Malbec from Argentina, Washington State Merlot. So we're just kind of trying to bring great wine to the masses.
Very cool.
So yeah.
Two grapes you just mentioned, Torrontés and Malbec, red hot right now.
Yeah.
Where working in the sommelier industry and introducing people to new grapes and new and exciting things. What's the next big thing? What grape or what region do you see really taking off?
Next big thing, wow. I know what should be the next big thing is Syrah should be the next big thing. I feel like right now, if you took a $20 Syrah and a $20 Cab, you're probably getting more bang for your buck in Syrah. I feel like if you're a Cab drinker, you probably should be drinking Syrah. So I feel like that should be the next big thing, but it probably won't be.
Okay.
So other than that, I'll drink more Burgundy.
Gotcha. Speaking of Burgundy, you have a T-shirt on right now. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
What's the story behind this T-shirt? And I expect there are other T-shirts besides this one that you're
Yeah,
wearing.
there are other T-shirts. It's just an homage to one of my favorite Burgundy producers, Henri Jaillet, and when he passed away, I felt like I wanted to pay respects to him in some ways, and then keep it light. So Henri Jaillet, and then on the back, you can see it on the back there. So Burgundy has a first name.
It's Jayer.
So yeah, and then the T-shirts was just something fun and a creative outlet for me. I just felt like as a wine professional, there was never any cool stuff for us to wear. So why not make it? So yeah, so we make lots of good T-shirts, and if you bought them, thank you very, very much. And we should have some more coming out real soon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Andre, thank you so much.
Thank you.